Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Go to Michael's. Go to Michael's right now.
I gasped when I saw it.
I don't get it.
It just looks tacky.
Art on art on art.
He looks chopped. Okay.
It's just so good.
Hi, I'm Lydia.
And I'm Sonika.
And welcome to Pop Rocks and Tea, a podcast about all things pop culture.
And all the tea that comes with it. Welcome to our Met Gala roast and toast.
We have been covering the Met since we started doing the show, and it is the episode that people always bombard us about. They're like, when are you coming out with the Met takes? Well, they are here.
They are here.
We have arrived.
All of our listeners, this is our Super Bowl. This is our Super Bowl as well. So strap yourself in.
If you are new here and you don't know how this works, basically, we're going to be talking about this year's theme a little bit, letting you guys know what we expected for this Met, and then we're going to rank our 5 favorites and our 3 least favorites. And your favorite might not be on this list, and that's okay, because we can all have opinions. These are just our opinions.
A very great, necessary disclaimer. Lydia, thank you for that.
So let's talk a little bit about the theme. So the theme of the Met Gala usually corresponds with the theme of the new Met Gala art exhibit, which is what the event is a fundraiser for. And so this year's theme for the exhibit was costume art. It's showcasing clothing or pieces of couture that feature not only just like really intricate garment making, but also they feature like aspects of the human body. So things that highlight certain body parts or muscles, skeletons.
It's like a appreciation for life in all forms, which includes the body, but also the things around us, right? Like nature, art, cinema, whatever, and how all of those have their own place as forms of art. Do you think that like makes sense?
Yes. So there are already photos out of the costume exhibit. If you have the chance to check it out in person, I know I want to check it out in person. Definitely do it. From what I've seen, this exhibit looks really, really cool. For the Met Gala itself, the theme was fashion is art. Now, what does that mean? Well, it can mean, celebrities interpreting this similarly to the exhibit, whether that's, dressing like the human body, highlighting parts of the human body with couture, but also people can take it as literal art, painting, sculpture work, different mediums that artists use to create art. We definitely saw a lot of people recreating paintings, recreating sculptures, which were really creative. But I think for us, the people that really stood out were the people that not only paid it homage to pieces of art, but also elevated it into something wearable.
And I also think that we always say that like nothing has come close to the 2018 Met Gala, which was Heavenly Bodies and what is it?
The Catholic one.
And I do still agree with that. I don't know, something was in the air that year, but I think like with a theme like this, anything can be art, right? And I think that there's just such an unlimited amount of like material that you can use as inspiration and come up with something really, really cool. And I think we saw some really incredible exhibits on people's bodies of where they come from and their interpretation of art. And I think it like kind of shows how they interact with the world. And I find it really interesting because like I feel like the people who flopped, I'm like, oh, I see and I understand that this is how you kind of perceive certain artworks or certain forms of material or whatever it is. And I'm like, introspect, maybe? I don't know. Do better.
Do better.
Or
It's the Met Gala.
the Met Gala, and like you could do anything. Like this is the one theme where I feel like if you really like put your whole Met Gala pussy into it, I was like, I don't know like what other word I could use.
It was like she's not gonna go with Ussy, and then she did.
Yeah. But you could do anything. You could do anything.
Right? And like you have all this money at your disposal. You have all of these designers at your disposal. I think there's so many times on this show where we have talked about fashion would be like, "Oh my god, this piece right here, it's a work of art. It's
Yeah.
a wearable work of art." Like we've said that many, many times. There are so many things that people could have pulled out of the archives. There's so many references that people could have interpreted. A lot of people were just boring.
Like why? Which I mean we'll get into the roast part of it. Lydia, do you want to start with the toast?
Yes, but wait, we have to do our annual
Oh,
commencement. The Pop, Rocks, and Tea Met Gala Roast
and toast.
2026.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
That was so good. Let's start with our favorites. We have ranked them from 5 to 1. My number 5 pick is EJ in Swarovski. I'm going to say this a lot. This is a work of art. This is the silver gown. It's like a trumpet gown. It's fitted to her, and it is covered with Swarovski crystals, just arranged really beautifully on her body. Some of them are draping down, some of them are like crusted onto the corset. And then she has this beautiful hairdo with little crystal flowers in her hair. She just looked like a Korean princess. Like,
Yeah.
was it directly referencing the art theme? No, but this in itself, to me, is a work of art.
Yeah, I agree. It's so ethereal. Like it's almost like the hair is like kind of like for some reason giving me like Princess Leia, but like if she like was, I don't know, going to some Met Gala in space. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it looks almost
Yeah.
like alien like because it's so like pristine looking.
Yeah. No, it held in place. I don't know how they did her hair, but whatever hairspray they have,
I
I
just
want to know.
when they take their hair down, oh my God.
It's like, have you ever seen those videos of like ballroom dancers taking their hair down and they like crack it?
Let's take my bottom hair out.
Oh my God.
I think I'm gonna go with Natasha Poonawala. Sorry, guys. This episode is like this is gonna be like me being like a nationalist. I'm sorry sorry to the rest of you. Y'all's countries need to step up your game because why did the 10 Indians that attended all eat?
They all ate.
I was like, oh my God, I hope I don't come off as biased, but hey, facts are facts. I can't help it. Um, so Natasha Poonawala wore this like actually I guess kind of like similar-ish vibes as EJ in terms of it being super pristine looking. She was in this white gown by Dolce& and Gabbana, and it's like pure white, and then on top like kind of from like the bodice to around her head kind of is this like sculpture type structure thing by Mark Quinn, and it basically just looks like an orchid, and it's like super it's just like white, but like there's so much texture to it from the orchid structure. And oh, and she's wearing these like massive massive diamond dangly earrings, several carats, just dropping down, 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 down. And I'm like, oh, are your ears like heavy? Like, are you having trouble carrying that? I can take some of it off for you. That's totally fine.
I don't know how she wore those.
You know, the thing is, I'm like, that's nothing compared to what Isha Ambani wears on the regular. including
Oh,
at this
true.
Met Gala, but whatever. Another story for
Yeah.
another. um,
She was
but
also there. She looked good, but
she looked good. She did look very good, but I don't know. She gets enough attention as is. But yeah, Natasha's look is just like an orchid is symbolizes like purity, innocence, elegance, reverence, and humility. And I think that this dress, with the amount of like stuff happening in the world, like something about it felt almost like it was delivering like an artistic message in a way, which 100%, I mean, I don't know if Natasha, the millionaire, put that much thought into it, but like to me, visually looking at it, I was like, okay, this white orchid, very pure, very calm, still very impactful. It just caught my eye in a really fresh way.
my number 4 spot goes to Jordan Roth in Robert One. First of all, Robert One won the Met Gala. Like
Eating.
any look that he designed that was on that Met Gala carpet, like was absolutely incredible. Listen, I loved Lisa's thing that was like an homage to like Thai dance. That was really neat. Naomi Osaka's look as well, which like ripped off and it had like the muscle dress underneath, which was an homage to the theme. It was great. But this thing is so cool. It's all gray velvet, this luxurious, like gray velvet. His hair is slicked back, makeup is like really sharp and cunty. And then, like, coming up behind this dress is this like human mannequin thing. It kind of looks like, I don't know, a Muppet, like reaching.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to
So
describe it,
sick.
actually. I feel like you're picking very like sci-fi-esque looking things.
It was also the Met Gala also took place on Star Wars Day, so maybe that was part of it. I don't know. It does look straight out of a sci-fi movie. It does pay homage to the theme with, you know, the human form kind of like coming up behind him, but it also feels and looks luxurious.
And I feel like this is something that could be interpreted in many different ways, right? It's like, is the figure behind popping out? Is it supposed to be scary? Is it like a partner, an alter ego, a shadow? Like, and that's the point of art, right? Like, there's no one proper, perfect interpretation of it. My next pick is Sabrina Carpenter.
Hell yeah.
She is
She looks so
wearing
good.
Dior. The dress is made out of film and it is like film strips, like actual film strips from the movie Sabrina, which she said is one of her favorite movies. And then she has heels on and then like this headpiece, like this, what's it called?
Like a crown, but like not really.
Anyway, it's she's got like jewels, like, you know, hanging around her, like bangs, but like with jewels, like that kind of situation. And actually, if you like zoom in, I saw this in like one of her, I think Vogue interviews or whatever, but the main like jewel in the middle says Sabrina on it. It's just fun. And yeah, like, of course, cinema is a massive art form. I'm actually surprised that someone who's not an actress is the one who used like such a obvious film, you know, reference in her look. And yeah, it felt like timely, it felt classic, it felt fun but still very wearable. Like it was creative in a way that felt personal, and I can get behind.
Yeah. Jonathan Anderson is doing great things at Dior, and I wouldn't have expected him to come up with something like this. Like lately he's been into like flowers and
Mm.
greenery and stuff like that. But yeah, no, this was such a cool interpretation of the theme. She looked great. I loved how she made an effort to like pose in it. Like, I don't know,
Mhm.
just every time like she's just perfectly poses in it.
Like she embodied like the film, like the old timey like filminess of it.
Yes. My number 3 is Karan Johar in this very beautiful Manish Malhotra, I guess like cape. There's a shirt to it, and then there's also this beautiful cape. And it has artwork literally stitched into it. The detail on it is absolutely incredible. There's parts of it that are different textures. You can like see like the gold in the beading and the velvet in the saris that some of these figures are wearing. Like it is so beautiful that you could like stare at it for hours and like find something completely new. And for that, it has earned my number 3 spot.
He's like my number three as well. All of the like paintings or whatever, stitched on fabric paintings on his cape are all taken from the works of Raja Ravi Varma, who is like one of the most iconic Indian painters ever. He's like a very, very like recognizable painter within India, but I think being able to see his work depicted in this way on an international stage was like so massive. Also, so he has the cape, and then underneath it, he has like a jackety shirt situation. It looks almost like armor, like the amount of work that's on it, like it looks hard. But the painting on that is hand painted. So
Oh my god.
yeah, by this
I didn't even
artist.
notice that.
Yeah. So it's really just like art on art on art. It's like one of Raja Ravi Varma's paintings have almost come to life through this like other form.
Also, this was his first Met Gala, and I want him to come back.
Clearly, we need to teach people how it's done. So I hope so.
My number 2 is Emma Chamberlain in Mugler. She's wearing this beautiful, beautiful gown that is also hand painted. And the inspiration comes from the fact her father is an oil painter. So I think they used acrylic paint for this, not oil paint. But they literally painted on the bodice this beautiful, beautiful, like watercolor design. It's inspired by some older Mugler collections. It's called like the butterfly dress.
Hmm.
And I believe it came from a collection back in the 90s. And a lot of people wanted somebody to wear this dress because of how beautiful and artistic it is. But even to see it reinterpreted like this and have it fit Emma so beautifully, like I'm happy. I also like how it has that like special meaning to her and to her family. And I also like how it drips down in all these beautiful watercolors at the bottom, and she has these cool sleeves that like are dripping. It looks like it's dripping paint. It's just chef's kiss.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's like what you want, like the water that you dip your paints in to look like at the end, except you get like disgusting brown, murky water, and Emma Chamberlain gets like beautiful mix of these stunning, vivid colors that all just like perfectly swirl together at the bottom. Yeah, it's beautiful. She's kind of like really allowed her body to be the canvas because it looks painted on in not a costume way, in like a, okay, this is just where the paint goes kind of way. Okay, my number two, which there's definitely a bit of sentiment that's pulled this to the number two spot for me. But anyway, it's fine. If it works, it works. My number two is Manish Malhotra, who is the designer who designed Karan Johar's outfit. He also designed Camila Mendez's outfit, but we don't need to talk about that.
Mm.
But Manish is wearing this black suit, but the suit jacket, the blazer is just covered with embroidery, but it's embroidery of like all of his craftsmen and artisans. So in India, we call them karigars, who are the ones that are behind all of his work and all of his designs, and they're the ones that bring it to life. And it's actually like it's like 3D. Like you see these like figurines that look like they're made out of like just the thread of different people like sitting and working and weaving and doing embroidery, and you have like various different like bits and pieces that are paying homage to Mumbai. So you have like, in one corner on the shoulder, I can see that there's like a famous bridge that you see in Mumbai, and then bits and pieces of, I think, the skyline, but then also like just the different like elements that go into making a dress. There's a sewing machine, there's like various like threads of like knots of thread. I don't know what it's called. Um, People that do embroidery as a hobby, let me know. Um, and then on the jacket sleeve by the wrist, it says Mumbai City of Dreams. And I mean, this is someone who has like built their career with the help of these artisans, but also like designed costumes for movies, had the city help them get to their, achieve their dreams. I think that's something that people don't forget about, but it's easy to like forget about the amount of labor that goes into designing pieces like this. And I think especially there's so much discussion in the fashion world right now about India and the reliance that so many of these Western houses have on Indian craftsmanship. So to be able to see it front and center, I just thought that was such a cool way to interpret art is fashion, because art is
Yeah.
fashion is life. Life is art is fashion.
I loved this as well. He was able to create something that not only was an homage to the theme, but also his culture, his city, and then like also his profession. Like it's just so well done. And yeah, the more you look at it, the more you find little details. And that is what couture is. That's what fashion should be. Like it's just absolutely beautifully made. All right. It's time to talk about our favorites, our
Okay.
all time favorite looks from this year's Met Gala. Also, I'm really sorry if like you expected like Rihanna or Beyonce to be on this list.
And
I'm really sorry, but like they looked good, but they weren't bringing it. They weren't bringing it like my number one, which is Yuchi Lyra Quo in custom Jean Paul Gaultier. This dress, oh my God, I gasped when I saw it. It is inspired by the sculpture that is in the Louvre. It's called The Winged Victory of Samothrace. And it's basically like a statue of Nike. It's headless and it stands in the Louvre. Not only is it this just beautifully draped ball gown, it fits her beautifully. It's flowy, it's elegant, but also they put like this mold of the statue on it in such a beautiful way that it's like almost like she is the sculpture, like she's part of the sculpture. This to me is wearable art. It is paying homage to the theme. It is also paying homage to the theme of the costume exhibit with the feminine body being on there. But it is also art that you can wear. And she just looks like a beautiful angel princess.
there's so much that meets the eye. And that's the thing, right? I really love that it's like one color, it's white, but there's so much texture and there's so much meaning and there's so much movement. It's just something you keep looking at it and you keep noticing different things. And it looks like really like fierce in a way, but also delicate and soft. And it's like a structural masterpiece to me.
It took my breath away.
Yeah.
It really did.
So, my number one, here's the thing. I'm going to say the person as my number one because both looks 8. So, my person is Ananya Birla, and she had 2 looks. So, she had one that she wore to the Met. The dress itself is Robert Woon, but the mask is by Indian artist Subodh Gupta, and it is made out of everyday, regular stainless steel kitchen utensils, things that you see in every Indian household across socioeconomic classes. Like, it's just super regular stuff. You have like a spoon that we use to like, if we're deep frying something, we'll use that specific spoon. You have like a spoon that's used for rice. On the side of her face, I can see that there's like the traditional Indian like tiffin boxes where each layer has a different thing stacked in it. First of all, it's a stunning juxtaposition, right? Because you have these everyday items alongside like the gown itself looks very like business professional goes to the Met Gala. Very structured, very blazer and a shirt and a skirt that's just exaggerated. Also, you are taking these everyday items and like transforming it into something that looks really like powerful and fierce and also beautiful and
Like otherworldly almost. Like I didn't even notice that those were kitchen utensils.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
had like
And it's crazy because it's like, can I make this? I got all this stuff at home.
right?
Not make this, guys, no. But yeah, it was just so, it was such a head turner. And this is her first Met Gala. And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah. She
play,
brought it. She
stunning.
did.
But as good as this look is, I actually, my absolute favorite is her after party look, which is this gown. So the gown is by Ashi Studio, and she's wearing another brand's jewels alongside of it. It's like massive diamonds and all that stuff. But the gown itself, it mimics like bronze. So one of like the really like iconic pieces of Indian art history and just history in general is that a lot of temples have a lot of gold, not gold. A lot of temples have a lot of bronze statues of women, of gods, of like the dancers that used to entertain like kings and queens. You go into any museum in India, you will see that stuff. And this is playing off of that art form. And that's why it looks like she's like a bronze sculpture. And these sculptures have like super exaggerated, like perfect round, big titties, tiny waist. And you can kind of see here, like the waist is exaggerated. You have like the drape
Yeah.
of like what could be like a sari around her hips and even like around like the chest you have like the slight draping. It just is very reminiscent of those statues and it's just so cool.
Looking at it, I'm like, how did they do like what is this made out of? It
I know,
because it looks like metal, but it is not metal.
it just looks like she was like born into this. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't
Yeah.
look like, yeah, like you said, it doesn't look like fabric. Yeah, and the detail of it to have like the blue for the parts where like the bronze is oxidized. Ah, it's just so good. It's so good. And again, it's like such a beautiful way to like take something that is an art form, a piece of our history as well, and present it in this way.
I feel like we both went the route of like homages to different statues.
We did. Yeah.
Yeah. There were plenty of other homages to statues. Actually, Kendall Jenner also did an homage to the Winged Victory statue, but it was not nearly as cool. It
No,
was
it's
not even close.
I feel like that's where I don't know. Like that's where I'm like the sentimental, not necessarily that like each of these people had to have like a sentimental connection to these statues, right? But just like you can understand the way that they are interacting with these art pieces because they want to show it in a specific way.
All
Okay.
right. So those are our favorites. But now let's talk about the ones we absolutely hated. Because don't get me wrong, there are a lot of looks that were boring. I think the worst thing that you can be at the Met Gala is boring. But yeah, these are ones that stood out to me and actively made me groan.
May I start? Because I fear I have the most boring one on my list.
Start away.
Bhavita Mandava, who is the Chanel it girl right now, was sent to the Met Gala in jeans and a t-shirt. Not a t-shirt. Jeans
Understand this.
and a nice
I
top.
was so confused.
Bitch,
Why?
Matthew, if I'm your muse, you better fucking get back to the sewing machine. All right? Go to Michael's. Go to Michael's right now. Let's get to work. Because,
I don't understand this at all. Like,
and here's the
what
thing,
is
right?
the reference? What is this?
It's supposed to be like a refined version of everyday wear, but also like elevated quote unquote version of the look that she wore when she opened the Chanel show, the one that was in like the New York subway. And that's the one that kind of like
Oh, yeah. Okay.
took her to fame.
Okay.
Cool. Can we like keep her famous though? The people at Chanel, this is not your first rodeo. You knew what you were doing. There's how on earth did you think that this was going to land? What did like you just put like a girl who has just entered the fashion world in a horrible position? Ridiculous.
I mean, obviously, when these designers do this, like they try to get input from the celebrity and collaborate on the look, but I just don't know how there was any collaboration on this. It's your first Met Gala, you're a model, a newly discovered model. Like, I don't know why you would think that this is the thing that's going to make you stand out.
It's just
Justice for
unfortunate.
her, please.
Just yeah.
Please. Third least favorite. Um, and this might be a hot take, but it's Heidi Klum. I can't even tell you what designer this is. Like, I don't know
My
how else to
no.
describe it other than this is like another version of a Halloween costume that she would do. She basically put on prosthetics and a big outfit and tried to look like a sculpture. It just looks tacky. If she did this for Halloween, I'd be like, wow, this is really cool. But by dressing up in a Halloween costume, she kind of turns the theme into a joke.
So this is who I was going to talk about next. So it's supposed to be like inspired by the veiled Vestal sculpture, which is like this beautiful, delicate statue, like bust statue of whatever, the Virgin. um, it looks like a Halloween costume. Her eyes look crazy. The makeup is crazy. If you wanted to do this, right, and you wanted to be like costumey, you could have like put a mask on. Like, I don't know. Like, the makeup is giving Party City. And you're right, it makes a joke out of the theme. It's like, Heidi, we already know you got a special effects makeup artist. What's going on?
I also want to mention that the same makeup artist I think that did this also did Bad Bunny's makeup, or at least like the same makeup artist that did Bad Bunny's makeup for the Met Gala has also done Heidi Klum's looks in the past. And I don't know why we were leaning so heavy on the prosthetics this year. Like, Bad Bunny, I know you can turn a look. Why did we go with old? We look like The Weeknd in one of his music videos for Dawn FM, and I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
My next person is I picked this person because I really, really thought they would do better. And they are like a certified fashion person. And that is Gigi Hadid.
What was this? This ugly ass gray dress.
Miu Miu, naked dress. It's like sheer.
Yeah.
It's your underwear. It's not like the underwear is doing anything crazy. It's regular looking granny panty type underwear. Like it's just, huh? I
Which
don't
just looks unclassy.
her boobs are like barely covered by like, which is fine, but like I don't really understand like the motif. Like it's kind of like a petal, kind of like a flame. It's shiny, like the dress itself, but like again, it's not like she's wearing like lingerie type underwear. Like it I don't get it for something that's supposed to be, according to hot Instagram caption, costume art, the body as a canvas. No, the body as your canvas is like what Emma Chamberlain did. This is this a blank canvas?
I'm
It's not.
interpreting this as I do not care, and I did not try.
Yeah,
And Gigi,
it's
like, she knows how to try. I think she had one of like I think both of our favorite Met Gala looks from the Garden of Time. Like that was really cool. She also had a great look for camp, the
She
camp
did.
theme.
She did.
Oh my god, and even Heavenly Bodies, she had that butterfly dress that I still think about to this day.
With the hair, the headpiece.
Yeah,
Yeah. I was like, you have disappointed me. Above all, I could have picked someone else. I had someone else in mind. I had Simone Ashley in mind. But I was like, you know what? I don't think of her yet and go, fashion girly. But I do think of Gigi Hadid as a fashion girly. And this was a letdown.
that brings me to my number 2. I think this is going to piss some people off. And quite frankly, again, I don't care. Hudson Williams looked a mess in Balenciaga. I'm sorry. This is not a good look. First of all, it's not even adhering to the theme. Nothing to do with the theme. I think people were like, "Oh, it's an homage to like Balenciaga because it's Spanish brand, so it like matadors and like paintings of matadors." I don't know. Fine, I guess, but it still has nothing to do with anything else. The hair, why did we go with like Wolverine hair and like weird costumey makeup? Like he looks like Rufio from Hook, the Robin Williams, Dustin Hoffman Peter Pan movie. That's what he looked like.
Oh my God.
You're
Damn.
gonna tell me that it
You
doesn't look the
sure
same.
you. Okay, so I was gonna say the makeup is giving like Harley Quinn.
Like Margot Robbie's
Yeah, 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 yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Like if Harley Quinn went to like the Met, she'd be like, this is how I'm gonna do my eye makeup.
Mhm. Which Margot Robbie, another disappointment. But anyway,
But anyway, I think this
listen,
will be a hot take among the people, but I see your point. I think for me, looking at it, it kind of looks unfinished, which I don't like. It looks like the embellishments on the jacket were like glued on. I don't really get like the pants situation. I don't get the trail coming out of the pants situation.
yeah, what was that doing there? Like, it wasn't even a like they could have been like, oh, let's make it red to look like a matador cape, whatever the fuck. It's not even red. It
Yeah.
just looks weird. Some people I was seeing people praising these looks online from not only him but also his co-star Connor Story, and they were like, "Oh my god, they're like defying gender norms and blah blah blah." I'm like, "No, where's the defying the gender norms? The norms are still norming. They look fine."
He's wearing a jacket and pants.
He's wearing a jacket and pants. It's not a suit, but it is still a jacket and pants. He like was running around in a robe before he stepped on the carpet in like the hotel, and I was like, what's he gonna do? Like this his eye makeup looks cool. Like what's he gonna do? And then he came out in that and I was like, oh, he looks chopped. Okay. Thank you, next.
With everything said, I think there is one person that we can all, as a collective internet, agree was the worst dressed person. And that is Lauren Sanchez Bezos, the one who paid for the Met Gala,
Correct. She
but
and her
apparently didn't
husband.
leave enough in her bank account to get Schiaparelli to make her an actual nice dress.
Like Schiaparelli, who we regularly talk about on this show, that makes pieces
That are
that look
art.
like art.
Art.
And she shows up in this. There's so many things wrong with this. Looks like a prom dress. It looks like she bought it off of Amazon. I have a dress, I have a gown from Amazon that looks more expensive than this. I'll put a picture up. Like, you're going to tell me that that looks more expensive than this. From my understanding, she was trying to emulate this painting, Madame X. I forget who the painter is, but I'll put a picture up. That was her reference.
Mm-hmm.
And there were other people that also referenced that on the Met carpet, and they all did it better than her. Claire Foy, for example, did the reference, and she had this really cool like face mask on. You could tell like like the beading was there. There was the one shoulder situation. Like the dress itself was very long and it black. It matches the dress in the picture. It's black. Like, I just don't understand how this woman has all the money and all the resources and she just continues to look like trash. I don't understand.
And also, why pick this piece, right? Like, I'm honestly like, did she pick this because she thought it would be easy? And she can say, oh, I referenced this woman, like this painting. Cool. Because if you look at the actual painting, it is still interesting. The woman is looking away. The dress that she's wearing is super textured.
Waist is cinched. You could have done a cool corset. You could have done a cool fabric. You could have gone with something, do something up with the makeup, the jewelry, anything.
Hair is pinned up. Lauren Sanchez had her fucking prom blowout. Like, money can't buy class. Money can't buy style. Money can't buy good taste. Money can buy Amazon.
That's right. That's right. What a way to close it out. Well, there you have it. Those were our favorites and our least favorites. But again, these are only our opinions. So if you have opinions, please leave them in the comments below. I would love to know what other looks you loved and what ones you didn't. I know that there's a lot of looks that a lot of people loved that were not on our lists, but we still love them anyway. We just had to narrow it down. So please let us know.
If you have any other hot takes to share with us, you can do so by following us on Instagram. We are at PopRocksNTPod. And then, of course, like, share, follow, subscribe, etc. Share this podcast with your friends. We are available on all major streaming platforms. So that is Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts, and YouTube. So go ahead, share this with everyone, have little debriefs about it, and then make sure you hit follow so that you don't miss the next episode.
Until next time, get some Pop Rocks, drink some tea, and I guess fuck the Bezoses? I don't know.
Find the pieces of art in your life.
Well, that's so lovely and positive. I love it.